Hey everybody, this is a segment that I want to call Video Game Reviews by an Angry Old Man. Some of you might look at me and say, you're not an angry old man, and for that I would say thank you. And some of you others who might be looking at me and you might say, good job, Boomer, surprised you can operate the camera. And for those I'd say thank you as well. So, uh, with that, I am. I've played video games my whole entire life. I've really been into video games. I am really into two genres of video games, specifically Japanese RPGs and strategy games. And I played a lot. I own a lot of them. And something that I realized, though, I was thinking about it. I honestly, I'm just telling you this honestly, don't think that I've actually completed a single one of these since the PlayStation 1 era. I know I completed Final Fantasy VII. I completed some other like Square games during that era. A lot of PS1 JRPGs, I completed them all. PS2, oh, I completed Fable. So Xbox, I did complete Fable. I can count that. So we can go into that generation and that genre. Uh, I've played a lot recently. I've been playing Final Fantasy VII. I've been playing before that Disgaea 4 and 5, Persona, uh, and I complete these games to various percentages. Some very high percentages, but I never complete these games 100% is what I've realized. And so I thought, I noticed like there's a lot of video game content out there, but what is missing is my angle and my input. And so I think I'll do things a little bit differently than how other people do their reviews. So the big thing is, for example, that people the general thing is like some sort of star system. Like this game gets like 1 to 5 stars, or like this game rates like one through 10, or whatever the scale is that they want to use. Let me use a completely different scale. My scale is what is the percentage that I think that I will complete the game or have completed that game. And so I'll give you a really good example. So the highest percentage completion that I have in a game in the recent era is Persona 5. I've completed about 80% of that game. So that would be the high benchmark there. Uh, as far as other games, like Final Fantasy VII, I've started picking up. I think that if I was to rate Final Fantasy VII, so just off the cuff rating, like don't hold me to this. I might, I haven't gone through the rigorous analysis that I want to do with these ratings yet, but just a pure off the cuff rating, I think I'm giving Final Fantasy VII Remake around like a 60% completion right now. That's where it's falling on the scale. It's got a few flaws. The biggest flaw that it has for me is, so I boot up the game and then like I feel old from the very beginning as soon as I boot up this game. It's like uh, here's Cloud when you were growing up. Here's Cloud now. Feel old yet? And it's like, yeah, bro, I do. And then so I'm like, all right, so that's already a knock on the game. And then I start booting it up, and then I start playing through it, and then it's like I can pick classic, normal, or hard or easy. And then so I pick classic, and then so I'm like, yeah, no, I want classic. And then it's the game ends up being like press X, or in this case, press square. Uh, and then like that's not classic, bro. Like classic to me was like full on classic, like ATB battle system, not having to like go through all of this stuff. And then so I've been playing the game, I think like 10 hours now, and I've got a pretty simple strat. I'll throw it out there for everybody. So my strat in this game is that I max Cloud's weapon, and then I max specifically his attack, his strength, and his predator. And then for everyone else in the party, I give them auto heal materia. And then I go into battle, and then I press square a bunch of times. Well, first I press triangle to go into predator mode, and then I press square a bunch of times. And then I keep pressing square, and then my people heal me, and then the enemies die. And then that's kind of how I get through the game. And so That's kind of boring. But like I don't know, like that's how the system is set up to me, and so to me, I think it's going to end up around a 60% completion. It would be a lot lower if it weren't Final Fantasy VII because of that battle system, but being Final Fantasy VII being what it is, that's gonna bump it up quite a few notches there. So if you like, those kind of reviews and this type of analysis as to why exactly you should or should not get into a game from my perspective, then I'll be making more of these videos. So I hope you like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.